This particular bug, and this is number 5, our last one, is the headlights. Okay, the complaint was that they had the hood replaced, and now one of the headlights isn't working properly. So we can turn the headlights on and visually see what's occurring. Now you notice that we've got one dim headlight, one bright headlight. You don't know if it's a voltage providence issue, or you don't know if it's a grounding issue, or possibly is it a headlight issue. Could you have something messed up within the headlight itself? Now to shortcut this, and there again it's in our procedures in the book, and those are procedures of which most have come out of the tech manual itself. But what we're going to do is we're going to measure voltage at the back of the headlight, which is connectors up here to an established noted ground. Okay, we've got it set on voltage. Now we're going to go. Okay, we've got 10.36 and 4.27. When we have voltage on across the high beam and low beam, there is it could be a problem within the headlight itself. But as to narrowing down quickly what the issue may be, all right, now mind you, I've still got an established chassis ground. We're going to go to ground on the headlight itself, and we're going to check essentially voltage going to the ground. Now what that's showing me is 7.76 volts. If you had a good ground, you shouldn't have anything but possibly 20 millivolts. You should not have 7 volts. Okay, so what that's indicating, essentially what we can do, that's indicating that we have a faulty ground. And this applies to practically every kind of circuit there is on every machine, whether it be automobile, tractor, aircraft, anything. If you have voltage on a grounding circuit, then you've got an open or partial open ground. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the headlights off and check the resistance from the ground lead to the chassis ground. Alright, we're going to chassis ground and going up to the ground lead up here, and we've got 3 ohms. It's varying a bit, but what that's telling me is that it's attaining that 3 ohms, which is somewhat high through its ground passing through the filaments of the other headlight or another circuit. So we disconnected the headlight so we can directly check the resistance going to the ground. There we have no ground with the headlight disconnected. Thus what was occurring is it was ground passing through the other headlight. It was actually sourcing the ground out through both the filaments of this headlight, and going back to the second headlight, it was finding ground which it needed for partial illumination. But you understand as to why you are getting a voltage on the ground side. You should have practically 0 volts. So our little bug was that you have a faulty ground at your headlight. You have to go back, and it would be within this area of the harness. So if you were to be looking at the schematic, you'll notice that they're spliced right up here, both the headlights. So you can actually, if you wish to do so, go into the ground of this headlight and check to make sure we have continuity of ground. This will lead you in the direction of which you need to go to isolate the problem. .8 ohms. So you know that you've got a good ground on this headlight, but you have an open ground on this headlight. So it would be in the splice, which would be right up in here. That's where you should go. And that also is the procedure if you're testing any other circuit out as far as grounding. Be able to isolate. And that is our 5 little bugs that we have for the December 2014 competition. Thank you.